KI5LET. Roger, Roger, Top. Yeah, you're sounding great here, bud. You're about S2, S3. Good clean audio, good signal. Yeah, I'm hearing quite a few people in that. All right, I got you about an S2 as well. Any other signal reports for Whiskey India 5 Mike Romeo Whiskey and Joshua?
He is booming in as an S8 in South Fort Worth, KI5HXK.
S7 Waxahachie.
Good signal, good audio, full quieting into Southwest Fort Worth, AI5OL.
BNK has him at 3/4 scale. Excellent signal.
Roger, Roger. Appreciate all the reports. 73s. Talk to you after the net. WI5 MRW.
All right, I'm going to hop down to one of my Springtown neighbors, Whiskey 5, Bravo, November Kilo. How are you doing this evening, Walt? How copy?
Hey, good evening, Soft. KI5LET, W5BNK. Got your full scale as always.
Thanks for the full scale. You're 5/9 as always. Who else has a signal report for Walt there in Springtown?
Got an S3 here in the Joshua Godley area. Good clean audio.
He's sitting in my driveway in Waxahachie.
S7 into Southwest Fort Worth, AE5JT.
S7 as well, also South Fort Worth.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for the signal reports, everybody. And I realize I forgot to get back to Lurch. Alpha India 5, Romeo Golf. Are you still on the frequency?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not asleep, but I'm here. Over. AI5RG.
All right, I got you at S8. S8. Lurch is in Newark, Wise County. Anybody else have a signal report for Lurch to send?
He's better than I've ever heard him. K5WXY.
S1 here in the Joshua Godley area. A lot of noise, but I can tell who it is, and I can understand every word.
I got him right at full scale.
Well, I've been on about 4 or 5 nets today, and they reach you anywhere from 100 to 500 miles away. I have no problems getting out. This 2-meter antenna is going to fall to the wayside when the weather warms up. Over.
Okay, Lurch. Well, thanks for hanging in there with us. You got some good signal reports. Rock solid in Waxahachie. That's pretty cool. All right. I'm going to go ahead and clean things up. KI5NXR, I see you're on, you're logging the net here. And I just uploaded the changes. We had 2 changes. Alpha Echo 5 Juliet Tango. It has a new Yaesu FT-150. And I just uploaded that change. And Kilo 5 Whiskey X-Ray Yankee has a new ICOM 9700. And also Jeffrey has AE5JT has a Tram 1480 now at 35 feet. So anyway, if you have time to download those changes, otherwise I'm going to go ahead and clear out all the pre-net check-ins and stop logging. Good luck, everybody. KI5LET. All right. Well, Tiffany's hearing this, I'm sure, so he's on line 10 now, but you'll get him later in the net. And he's got instead of the FTM 300, he's got the FTM 500. Thanks, guys. Good luck, everybody.
KI5LET, that last guy was a little bit in the static. What was his call sign?
That was Whiskey 5, Sierra Tango Charlie.
Roger, KI5NXR.
Well, I was going to say if the frequency is not in use, we'll start the net. Sounds like everybody's standing by. But we'll just check just for the sake of checking. If the frequency is clear, we'll begin the net. N5 FPD. Well, nothing heard, so I guess that means that everybody is ready to get this thing rolling. And oh, by the way, Tiffany, you can increase my power to about 220. Not that it makes a whole lot of difference, but since you're updating the logs. Anyway, this is November 5 Foxtrot Papa Delta. The name is Wayne, for those who don't know me. And this is the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. We're located in Peaster, Texas. If you don't know where that is, it's just not too far from Poolville. If you don't know where that is, we're just a hop, skip, and a jump north of Weatherford. So anyway, we're glad that everybody is here this evening and getting ready to participate in this this net. Yeah, it's good to have you here. And as you know, we do this every Friday at 8 o'clock. And we want to thank Top for doing the pre-net. That always is pretty cool when you can get in there and say hello and do some signal checks before the net, get everything kind of warmed up and get everybody's blood rushing there. So appreciate you doing that, Top. As always, Tiffany, appreciate you doing the net logging this evening. As I always say, the net loggers, they got the hard work. All I got to do is just yak my jaws and get on with the program. And speaking of which, I guess I should. This is a directed net, and its intent is to promote and encourage the use of 2-meter simplex operation. It's a wonderful world being able to use your own radio to talk to real people out there. Let's see. So we want you to tell everybody else to come join the net. We have typically 100, maybe 110 check-ins. It's a lot of fun, and once we get through getting everybody logged in, we'll go through and see if anybody wants to make special calls to somebody, get signal reports, that kind of stuff. So, at any rate, to spread the word. Those that are listening out in the fringe areas may not be able to hear me or may not be able to hear all the stations, which we cover quite a big area, so the odds are you're not going to hear everybody. So we encourage you, if you have a way to do it, is to use a couple of the simulcast frequencies. We got one on 444.925 that's down in, I think it's in Chalk Mountain, which I guess is down in Somerville County. And then we have the 145.310, which is over in Palo Pinto County. So either one of those two simulcast frequencies will allow you to kind of follow along about what's going on and get you a little bit better ears. Those are courtesy of Whiskey Zulu 5 Tango X-Ray. That's Tyler. He furnishes those for us, and we sure do appreciate it. Makes it a lot more fun and keeps us on our toes where we can hear what's going on. Running in parallel with all of that, we have, of course, the net logger. If you care to follow along, that's a pretty interesting program that allows you to see everybody checking in, and the ones that check in on a regular basis, we keep track of things like how they're running, what kind of antenna they have, and so on and so forth, where they are, their name, and it gives you a little insight as to who the people are that are checking in, and it's always a good thing. And like I said, the net logging people try to keep all that straightened out for us, so we get some good information. We have a YouTube live stream, getting tongue twisted here, courtesy of Kilo Echo 5 November Golf Mike. That'd be Trey, our counterpart here, and he kind of does double duty for us. He helps us out doing the net control, and he does a YouTube live stream. So if you're interested in watching that, that's pretty awesome as well. And the good part about it is, if you missed it and you want to hear what happened the night or two before, well, you can get on YouTube and watch it right then and there. We have a Facebook group, North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex Net group. Encourage you to check in if you're not a member already. Ask you a couple of questions to make sure you're who you say you are, and voila, you get to join in and share some info about yourself. Maybe looking for equipment, maybe want to sell something. You know, the normal activities that you find on a Facebook group. We have designated relay stations scattered around, and those really help us out considerably. A lot of times I may not hear the check-ins, so the relay stations, we count on them to help us relay those in so we don't miss anybody. If you hear something and you don't look like that we're getting it picked up, we'll be sure to holler relay, and we'll let you bring the guy in and get his call letters and a little bit about the station, about where he's located, and so on. So that's a good helping hand for what's going on with the net. We do check-ins county by county, but we don't want to discourage anybody that wants to check in. If you missed your county, or you've got to go, as a friend of mine says, go walk the dog or whatever, and you can't stick around for the entire net, we appreciate you just going ahead and checking in, even though it may not be called on your county. The county deal is really just to try to keep a little sanity and organization in the group, but it's difficult at best with this group to keep sanity and organization, especially when you have a net controller from Peaster, Texas. Okay, so let's see, on my list here, it looks like that, we always have the newly licensed first-time check-in guys come first, get ahead of the line, get checked in and all, and we welcome you to the group that way, or we congratulate you for the upgrade. So we want to remind everybody, as I always do, is to be sure to give your call letters slowly and phonetically if you possibly can. If you don't know the phonetic alphabet, why golly, just make up something. That always helps out for those that have a problem with the P's and T's and S's and V's and so on. So at least I will appreciate it, and let logging stations will appreciate it as well. Okay, so at this time, I guess what we're going to do is we're going to start off with newly licensed operators or first-time check-ins. Come down, we'll get you logged into the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. Okay, newly licensed or first-time check-ins. Now's your turn to get ahead of the line.
Kilo, Juliet, 5, Juliet, Quebec, Delta.
Further ado, we're going to go ahead and get the check-in started for, let's see, since I'm in Parker County, I think we'll just start right there. So Parker County, come now.
Whiskey 5, Bravo, November, Kilo.
And Wayne, I hate to interrupt, KE5NGM, there was a new station that was trying to get in there.
Okay, well, no problem at all, Trey. Be my guest. Pull them in. Let's hear who you got.
I know the first part was, or the last part was Juliet, Quebec, Delta. Try the first part one more time.
Kilo, Juliet, 5, Juliet, Quebec, Delta.
All right, Kilo, Juliet, 5, Juliet, Quebec, Delta. We get you in the log. Looks like you're down there in Venus, Texas. If you don't mind, give me the name or your name and kind of what your operating conditions, what kind of radio antenna, stuff like that you've got.
Name here is Ed, over in Venus, Texas. Operating with an Alenco 735T, set it high, 50 watts, into a HYS Yagi
Antenna pointed northwest.
It must be pointed right at me because you're coming in quite good. You're into Southwest Fort Worth. And, yeah, he's running an Alinco, I think you said 735, and a, let's see here, an HYS Yagi pointed up this direction. Name's Ed, down there in Venus, Texas. Well, we got you in the log. Thank you there, Ed. Stop by any time, and we'll be happy to get you in there. KE5NGM, back to net.
Okay, thank you very much, Trey, for picking Ed up. And, Ed, my apologies for I didn't hear you, but I caught part of that transmission, so we got a little bit of QSB, and that's understandable coming all the way from Venus. My goodness, that's quite a DX haul. So appreciate you being there this evening, and welcome you to come anytime and every time you think of it. And if not, set your alarm clock for Friday at 8 o'clock. All right, let's see. We were in Parker County, so let's continue on.
Kilo Golf 5, Papa Mike Romeo.
Kilo Golf 5, November, Quebec, Sierra.
K5 Delta Charlie.
Kilo India 5, November X-Ray Romeo.
Kilo Golf 5, Sierra, Quebec, Juliet.
Okay, there's somebody else breaking the squatch, but let me see if I can pick these folks up first. I've got, of course, Walt up there, always strong, and got a good signal here in the Feaster, and that's Whiskey 5, Bravo, November, Kilo. And Trey, I'm going to go ahead and check you in, even though you're not in Parker County. But since you did the honors of relaying it, I'm just going to say Kilo Echo 5, November, Golf, Mike. And, of course, we got Kilo Juliet 5, Juliet, Quebec, Delta there in Venus. We got Jim, Whiskey Alpha 5, Yankee Fox Tango, Kilo Golf 5, November, Quebec, Sierra, Kilo 5, Delta Charlie, and we don't want to miss out on Tiffany, Kilo India 5, November, X-Ray Romeo, and Bob over there, Kilo Golf 5, Sierra, Quebec, Juliet. Any other Parker County?
Kilo Golf 5, Papa Mike Romeo.
All right, there's another good strong signal in here. Welcome aboard, Kilo Golf 5, Papa Mike Romeo. Any others?
Relay.
Go ahead, relay.
Yes, sir, Wayne, there was Whiskey 5, Romeo Delta Golf. That was Cliff out here in Alita.
Okay, appreciate you bringing him in. That's Whiskey 5, Romeo Delta Golf. In Alito. Very good. Welcome. And let's see, any other Parker County? All right, let's see, and I didn't make mention of it beforehand, but I'm sure everybody knows that I normally go counterclockwise, and I do Parker County, and then I kind of shift upstream a little bit and then kind of circle around. We get over there to Eastland, and I'll probably pass that off to our fearless leader over there. And see if he can't pick up some other counties. So in case you have a beam and you're trying to point it in the right direction, at least you know where we're going. All right, so the next one that we want to call on here is the my Northwest District, I guess, in Jack County. Oh, very good, Stephen. I appreciate it. You got a great signal here as well. That's Kilo Juliet 5, Echo Charlie Hotel. Good to have you in there. Did you bring anybody else? All right, last call for Jack County. All right, nothing heard. Let's move it down a little bit further to, I don't know, I guess that's kind of a little further west and maybe a little bit further south, depending upon where you are. Young County. Okay, a little bit of a double in there, but I wanted to say, Jerry, that your signal is much better than it was in that beam a while ago. It must be a pretty narrow beam, so you're just booming in at the time. Either that or maybe you're pointing the beam over this way. I've got Kilo Fox 5, Victor Bravo Lima. Good to have you, Jerry, as always. I've got Whiskey Delta 5, Mike. David, it's always good to have you aboard. And let's see, there was another station that I heard in there that was a little bit of a double. You want to try it again? Okay, Nathan, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf, Quebec, Tango. Glad to have you in this evening. Anybody else in Young County? All right, well, let's see. I'll be willing to bet there's probably somewhere in Palo Pinto. Let's try Palo Pinto.
Kilo Charlie 5, Alpha Charlie X-ray.
All right, Danny, good to have you in this evening. Kilo Charlie 5, Alpha Charlie X-ray. Who else is over there in Palo Pinto? I don't hear anybody else. Donnie, you're going to have to do a better job rounding them up.
Well, I heard the other guy check in, but I think he's on the Minerals repeater. So maybe he'll figure that out and get back in here in a minute. KC5HCX. Okay,
well, if you hear him, just break on in there and we'll get him going. All right, let's see. Palo Pinto. Last call for Palo Pinto. Okay, go ahead. Relay them in. No, I couldn't copy him this evening. I don't think conditions are all that great in that direction, and I can't remember his call, Stephen.
All right, go ahead. Give me your call one more time. Kilo India 5, Victor Hotel Charlie.
Okay, well, that does ring a bell. Kilo India 5, Victor Hotel Charlie. Appreciate him checking in, and sorry I couldn't hear him this evening. I normally do hear him, but evidently conditions are just not favoring us there. All right, so let's see. I didn't get anybody acknowledging in Palo Pinto, so we're going to move out a little bit to the west, and we're going to call on Stevens, Shackelford, and let's reach up to Haskell and call on Haskell while we're here. Good evening, Andrew. Good to hear you in there. Kilo Juliet 5 Delta Fox Victor. Anybody else? Hello, Haskell County. I'm glad you're here. Let me think. Is that Michael? Okay, well, I'm getting better. I'm not real sure that I'm going to live long enough to get really good, but I'm getting better. I got Kilo Echo 5 Yankee Tango Whiskey. Glad you're in there tonight from Haskell County. All right, anybody else in Stevens, Shackelford, Haskell, or maybe even Throgmorton? All right, do I have any relays for those counties? Somebody's breaking my squelch, but I don't have a copy. Any relays?
Relay.
Go ahead, relay.
Yeah, I got N05G in Minden, Louisiana.
Wow, you're strong tonight. N05G. Are you running the same radio? Well, I don't know if you came back, but I didn't hear you that time. Anyway, moving right along, let's look and N05G, November Oscar 5 Golf. Always wanted to say N05, but obviously that's not right. So let's see. Let's try perhaps Nolan and Taylor and Jones. Nolan, Taylor, Jones. Come now.
I was relaying somebody in on the other radio.
My goodness, the signal's good out to the west side. Kilo Echo 5, Yankee Fox. I'm glad you're there tonight, Mike. And Gary, did you have someone else? I take that as a no. So any other check-ins from out west? Nolan, Taylor, Jones, Shackelford, Stevens, Young, Throgmorton, or Haskell?
Boy, you're in the dumps. I can hardly copy you.
My goodness. Well, I don't have a good radio like you do. Maybe that's what it is. So do we have any other relays there for me?
Well, they haven't called for us yet. They're out west.
Okay, I didn't, I take that as a no.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the other radio.
Okay, all right, well, we're going to move along. Just holler relay when you got something there, and we'll get them in here. All right, so let's see. I think the next county that's normally on my list is Eastland County. Eastland County, now's your turn.
Whiskey 5, Juliet Delta.
Good signal, Sean. A lot better than last week. Whiskey 5, Juliet Delta. Anybody else there from Eastland?
Alpha India 5, Bravo Uniform. Kilo Foxtrot 5, Victor Sugar, Papa.
Okay, Cam, good signal too. Alpha India 5, Bravo Uniform, and Kilo Fox 5, Victor Sierra, Papa. Any others from Eastland County?
Kilo Foxtrot 5, Victor Sierra, November.
Okay, Kilo Foxtrot 5, Victor Sierra, November. You sound like you're in Parker County. You're so loud.
Well, I'm cheating a little bit. I'm heading through, going home. So, home base is Desdemona, but you are correct. I am on the outskirts of Parker County. Thanks for taking the net tonight.
Well, you know, we're glad to have you in here, and you need to stay in Parker County a little bit longer. It's a nice county. Of course, I guess Desdemona is okay over there too. So, anyway, drive safe going back home. Kilo Fox 5, Victor Sierra, November. Appreciate it, Susan. Glad to have you check in this evening. All right, let's see. Where was I? Yeah, this is a North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. My name is Wayne. We're in Peaster, Texas, and we're looking for check-ins from Eastland County. All right, Mike. Mike, if you'll humor me, I'm going to try to call Comanche and see how well I'm getting out, see if I can pick up Winston over there.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Yankee Mike Echo.
Whiskey 5, India Papa Romeo.
Well, Winston, you're sounding good this evening. Great signal here on 5-8 tonight. Whiskey Alpha 5, Yankee Mike Echo. And I heard another station or someone breaking the squelch, but I just could not copy. Do I have any relays?
Wayne, it's Whiskey 5, India Papa Romeo.
Okay, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that very much. And since you're there and just ready to get with it, if you don't mind, could you help us out and run a few counties over in your neck of the woods?
Absolutely. This is KF5 Victor Sierra Papa, assisting net control out of Parker County. I'm located in Eastland County, and I'll be calling a few counties in this area. Let's see, anybody else before I go, anybody else in Eastland County or Comanche County that has not checked in so far? Not hearing any other stations. Let me give a call to, let's go to Brown County. Brown County stations for the Simplex net.
Kilo Juliet 5 Echo Romeo Hotel.
Alpha Charlie 5 Kilowatt Tango.
Kilo Juliet 5 Hotel Zulu Delta.
Okay, I've got several stations there. I think that was 5 of them. Alpha Charlie 5 Alpha Sierra. Hello, Bill. Kilo Juliet 5 Echo Romeo Golf. Evening, Newland. Kilo Juliet 5 Echo Romeo Hotel. How are you, Wes? Been a while since I've talked to you. Alpha Charlie 5 Kilo Tango. Kevin, good evening. And Kilo Juliet 5 Hotel Zulu Delta. All great signals tonight coming into my station. Anybody else in Brown County? Alright, not hearing anybody else in Brown. Let's peek over the river there and see if we can pick up any stations in Coleman County. Coleman County check-ins.
Kilo India 5 Tango Lima Golf.
There's Nick. Good evening, Nick. Kilo India 5 Tango Lima Golf. By the way, Nick, were you here in Wayne in Parker County tonight?
I've heard Wayne better than I'm hearing you right now, Mike, and I actually heard Top and Trey, believe it or not, earlier.
Good. Maybe I'll just turn it over. FPD, he's hearing you, and I'm sure you're hearing him. So let me go ahead and finish while I'm in the neighborhood. This is KF5 Victor Sierra Papa. This is car 7 Texas Premium Simplex net calling for Eastland, Comanche, Brown, or Coleman counties. Nothing else heard there. Let's go down to Mills County. Any stations in Mills County tonight?
Kilo 5 Kilo Victor.
Evening, Benny. You're sounding good. You hear me okay?
Full quality.
Same for you. That's Kilo 5 Kilo Victor in Mills County. Any other Mills County stations that would like to check into the Simplex net? Let's call on Coryell County. This is KF5 Victor Sugar Papa calling. Coryell County for check-ins.
WC5TX Repeater 32 degrees.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mish. Kilo 5 Mike Delta Yankee. Little QSB, but boy, when you're in here, you're strong. That's Kilo 5 Mike Delta Yankee. Anybody else in Coryell that can hear me that would like to check in? Let's try this. How about San Saba? We usually have a check-in from San Saba County. This is KF5 Victor Sugar Papa calling for San Saba check-ins to the Simplex net. One more time, anybody south of Mills County, McCullough, San Saba, Lampasas, any of those stations, any stations out there that can hear net control and would like to check in?
November 5 Tango Charlie Hotel.
Need a relay. I heard it very light.
Hey, Mike, that was N5 TCH, KJ5 APS.
Okay, that was Tim then over there in Hill County. November 5 Tango Charlie Hotel. Just very light tonight, Tim. All right. Anybody else? Let's see. Eastland County, Comanche County, Brown, Coleman, Mills, Coryell, San Saba, or even Hamilton County. If you can hear me and would like to check into the Simplex net, give me a call.
November 5 Zulu Tango Whiskey.
November 5 Zulu Tango Whiskey. Sounds familiar. If my memory's right, are you in ERAF?
QSL, I guess I missed when you called out ERAF. I must not have been paying attention.
Not at all. I just remember your call. Give me your name one more time. I know we've talked before.
Yeah, it's Bill. Bill in Stephenville.
Very good, Bill. November 5 Zulu Tango Whiskey. Great signal over here into Eastland County. All right, while I'm in the neighborhood and we've got a good path, let me call one more county before I turn it over to Net Control in Parker. How about ERAF County? ERAF County.
Kilo Golf 5 Hotel Tango Hotel.
Kilo Bravo 5 Alpha Kilo Oscar.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Papa Sierra.
We run that list. There was a little bit of a double there, but I did copy Kilo Golf 5 Hotel Tango Hotel. That would be Phil. How are you, brother? Kilo Bravo 5 Alpha Kilo Oscar. Good signal. Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Papa Sierra. Another good signal. And if I missed anybody else in ERAF that I did not catch?
Kilo India 5 Oscar Sierra.
Tarleton State University.
All right. I got Kilo India 5 Oscar Sierra. And who was the other station there at Stephenville?
Kilo India 5 Delta Juliet Lima, Tarleton State University, Stephenville.
There he is, Kilo India 5 Delta Juliet Lima. Give me your name again. I think, is it Dooley? Is that right?
QSL, handle here is Dooley, Delta Oscar, Oscar Lima, Echo Yankee.
Okay, Dooley, yep. I talked to you about a couple weeks ago, but very good. That's Kilo India 5 Delta Juliet Lima. That's Dooley over there at Tarleton College there in Stephenville. All right, last couple. Eastland, Comanche, Brown, Coleman, Mills, Coryell, San Saba, or East the net. Hey, not hearing anything else. I'm going to turn it back to November 5 Fox Papa Delta. This is KF5 Victor Sierra Papa.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike. Appreciate it as always, pulling in some of those stations. Conditions are kind of strange. I was copying Nick like a S5 or more, and then when he came back the next time, he was gone completely. So, yeah, conditions are kind of strange. I do have a question for you, Mike. I thought that I heard let's see, that was the I can't find it now, but let's see, I think it's Tango Hotel Delta, I believe, Whiskey 5. Would you try to reach out and see if, I think he's in, must be in Coleman County. Okay, well, maybe it's my imagination. That happens sometimes, but I appreciate you trying. I thought that I heard that station, but it was just right on the edge. So maybe it was one of the other planets that was coming in this evening, since we already got Venus in here. All right, let's see. I'm going to reach out to ERAF County and see if there's any other check-ins in ERAF County that wants to check in to the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. All right, nothing heard from ERAF. I guess you did a good job there, Mike, pulling everybody in. And, of course, they all had a good signal here as well. But it's always helpful to give me a break whenever I'm doing this thing. So appreciate it. All right, let's see. The next one that we need to count on is Hood County.
Kilo 5, Whiskey Mike, Juliet.
K5, Echo, Sierra, Victor, Clayton.
Bravo, Yankee, Foxtrot, Mike. Kilo 5, Lima, Quebec, Kelton. Kilo 5, Whiskey, Sierra, November, Bill. Kilo India 5, Uniform Delta, Victor, Bob.
Kilo Foxtrot 5, Quebec Echo Zulu, Georgia.
Boy, howdy. What a nice lineup of signals. Man, I appreciate that. Kilo 5, Whiskey Mike Juliet. I've got Kilo 5, Echo Sierra Victor. And I don't know why, Clayton. I sometimes I have trouble in, I think it's because I met you in Kelton at the same time at Springtown. And so I kind of get confused there. Those names, even though they're not spelled alike, they sound a little bit alike. Anyway, that was Kilo 5 Echo Sierra Victor. I'll try not to chatter anymore. Appreciate you being there. And then Kilo 5 Bravo Yankee Fox. That's Mike. Kilo 5 Lima Quebec, Kelton. And Mr. Bill, Kilo 5 Whiskey Sierra November. And Kilo India 5 Uniform Delta Victor. Good evening, Bob. Kilo Fox 5 Quebec Echo Zulu. Mr. George, good to have you all here. Did I miss anybody in Hood County? Okay, nothing heard, so let's see. The next one on my list here is Somerville County.
Whiskey 5, Mike Lima Delta.
Good to have you with us this evening, Mike. Whiskey 5, Mike Lima Delta. Anybody else in Somerville? All right, I'm going to, let's see, I was looking to see if, Wiley, are you on frequency tonight? I don't hear Wiley, so that was our Bosque County guy. So I'm going to call on Bosque County and try to fill in the blanks here. Bosque County.
Delta 5. Kilo Delta 5, Hotel Alpha Echo.
Okay, I think I've just stretched my string as far as I could. I have some relays for Bosque County.
Relay.
Okay, go ahead, relay.
Yeah, Wayne, I think it was Kilo Delta 5 Hotel Alpha Echo. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct. Name is Tom.
Okay, I got a confirmation. That's correct. Kilo Delta 5 Hotel Alpha Echo.
All right, fantastic. I recognize the call letters, and looks like that Tiffany got Tom in the log, so appreciate that. Any others from Bosque or Hamilton? Bosque or Hamilton? Okay, I'm going to stretch out here. Is there anyone, I know that I had the relay station that may be a little bit closer to Bosque or Hamilton that might want to run a couple of counties?
It was me, Wayne, K5WXY.
Okay, all right. Well, you're sounding really good on that radio, and you're a lot stronger than normal. They're a little bit different in the voice quality, but could you run those counties for me if you don't mind?
Sure thing. Kilo K5WXY, Waxahachie, assistant in North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. Looking for check-ins south of the Metroplex and east of the Metroplex while we're at it.
Kilo India 5, Yankee India Golf, Don in Fairfield.
W5YL, Whiskey Bravo 5,
Kilo Juliet 5, Golf November Foxtrot, Brian in Tulsi.
Okay, so I had kind of a double there. So I copied Joe in Lancaster, Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango. I've got KI5YIG, that's Don in Fairfield. I think I have Kilo Juliet 5 Golf, Nancy Fox, and there was a Whiskey Bravo that got covered.
Whiskey Bravo 5, Yankee Juliet Lima, W5YL, Leonard.
Alrighty, Leonard, WB5Y or Yankee Juliet Lima, Leonard in Fairfield, I got you. And was the Kilo Juliet 5 Golf Nancy Fox, was I correct in that call?
Yes, sir. KJ5GNF, Brian in Tulsi.
Brian in where?
Tulsi, just next to Terrell.
Okay, someplace next to Terrell, okay. Anybody else south and east of the Metroplex looking to check into the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net? Okay, I got Whiskey 5 Golf Mike, and then there was somebody else that jumped right there on the end of Whiskey 5 Golf Mike. Okay, KJ5JFU. Okay, that's Steven, a mile or so from me. Anybody else south or east of the Metroplex looking to check into the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net?
Kilo Echo 5, X-Ray Zulu.
Kilo Echo 5 Victor X-Ray Zulu. Do I have that call sign correct, sir?
Kilo Echo 5, Victor X-Ray Zulu.
Okay, Kilo Echo 5 Victor X-Ray Zulu. Where are you located at, sir?
McKinney, Texas.
Okay, up in McKinney. Alrighty. Anybody else looking to check into the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net that's south, east, or northeast of the Metroplex? Where's my Tyler station? Okay, Alpha 5 Alpha Hotel. Is that correct? Alright, let me try again. You covered somebody. It might be my Tyler station. Anybody out in Tyler looking to check into the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net? There you are. You're not the station I was looking for. There was somebody weaker. W5S Bravo Papa SBP Steve out in Tyler. Okay, there was somebody breaking my squelch. Try it again, sir. All right, Wayne. The Tyler station was who I was looking for, so he checked in. Did you copy all that down, or I need to go through the list?
Well, I think we got it. Looks like that Tiffany is doing a great job as always. I think she got everybody in there that was on my list. So yeah, I think we're good. And I appreciate it there, Gary, for helping me out down in that area. My receive is not all that great in that direction, so appreciate you being there. All right, let's see. I'm going to pass this off to Trey, but before I do so, I want to call on Johnson County, and then I think the best thing to do at that point, Trey, is to let you take over. So let's try Johnson County before we pass the buck.
Whiskey India 5, Mike Romeo Whiskey.
Okay, good to hear you tonight, Mike. Whiskey India 5, Mike Romeo Whiskey. Excellent signal as always. Anybody else in Johnson County? All right, nothing heard. So, Trey, if you would do the honors and do some multitasking here between your YouTube live stream and helping net control, I would appreciate it.
Sounds good, Wayne. This is Kilo Echo 5, November Golf Mike, assisting net control. And I'm going to go ahead and call on Tarrant County check-ins. Come with your call now.
Kilo India 5, Foxtrot Lima Echo.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Kilo Bravo 5, Romeo Mike.
November 5, Juliet Lima Hotel.
W5, WA.
KJ5, AJO.
Kilo India 5, Hotel X-Ray Kilo.
November 8, Hotel Romeo Victor.
Kilo Fox 5, Romeo Hotel India. Alpha India 5, Oscar Lima.
Kilo India 5, Romeo Victor Alpha.
Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot India Mike.
Alpha Echo 5, Juliet Tango.
All right, let's run that list. I think hopefully between Tiffany and I can fill in what she has what I don't, I hope. So let's see what we can do here. KI5FLE, got you in there, Brian. Thanks for checking in with us this evening. Whiskey Alpha 5 Uniform Sierra Yankee. That's Mike out there in Richland Hills. Thank you for checking in with us. And then, let's see, Kilo Bravo 5 Lima Mike. Is that correct?
Romeo Mike.
Oh, duh, that's you, Les. I'm sorry, that's KB5RM. I don't know what I was thinking. I got my Lima Hotel on the next line and RM on that line mixed up. And then I think the next station was November 5 Juliet Lima Hotel.
Yes, M5 Juliet. Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to make sure that I had your call right. November 5 Juliet Lima Hotel.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got you in the log. And then KB5WB, we got you in the log. Alpha Juliet Oscar. I didn't have the first part of yours, but that's Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Juliet Oscar. Thank you, Tiffany, there. Keith, KI5HXK, great signal on you. And then November 8 Hotel Romeo Victor. I think that is Nathan over there in Benbrook, right?
That's correct.
Good deal. Nice signal over to here. And then speaking of good signals, the AI5OL got you in the log. And then Kilo India 5 Romeo Victor Alpha. Then KJ5FIM got you in the log. And then Jeffrey, AE5JT there, Jeff, I should say. Full scale. I don't think you've ever been full scale on me, but you are this evening, so I think the new antenna setup is working nicely. Any other Tarrant County stations?
Kilo 5 Lima, November Lima. Kilo Fox 5, Romeo Hotel, India.
Kilo Fox 5, Romeo Hotel, India. I don't know why I can't ever get you written down or said. I wrote it down this time, just didn't read that line. And then I also picked up Kilo 5, Lima, November Lima, I believe. try that one more time.
Hey, Trey, K5WXY.
Go ahead, Gary, sorry.
Okay, I texted Chuck down in Waco, and he's saying you're very loud, so try calling south.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to put out a call out to parts to the south. How about McLaren? Well, I think that's Waco. Parts to the south of Fort Worth. Come with your call now.
Relay.
Go ahead, relay.
Yeah, Kilo Charlie 5 Alpha Delta Mike. Chuck down there in McLennan County, Woodway, just south of Waco. He hears you, but you don't hear him apparently.
I picked out the Delta Mike part of one of his transmissions, but it was right there on the line. I think I knew it was him, so thank you, Gary, for getting him relayed in there. In fact, let's see here. I'm going to give Tarrant County one last call for check-ins. Come with your call now. All right, Uniform Whiskey Kilo Station. What's the first part of it? Try it again.
Kilo, India 5, Uniform,
Yeah, Trey, I think it was Kilo India 5.
It is Kilo India 5 Uniform Whiskey Kilo. I'm not exactly sure where you are. You're right on the noise floor, but you made it through. I had a good copy on you that time. That looks like Dewey over in Euless. All right, thanks for checking in with us this evening. I think there was another station out there. Do I have any other relays?
Relay?
Go ahead, relay.
I think it's N2ROG, Greg, or K2ROG. I can never remember. In Euless, N3DME.
I believe it is K2ROG, and we'll put him down in the log. Thanks there, Dave, for getting in there. And then I don't think, did we have you in 3DME? I'm going to get you checked in as well.
Hey, Trey, I think Chuck still has some relays down in Waco.
I tell you what, Gary, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you and get that taken care of for us.
Okay, Chuck, you doubled with Trey, so give it to me again. Kilo Juliet 5 Hotel Alpha X-Ray. Okay, you texted me and said you had others down there trying to check in. Is that everybody? I copied something, November Tango Bravo. November Tango 5 Bravo, is that affirmative, Chuck? Okay, what's the call? Isn't that what I said? November Tango 5 Bravo? Well, you know, I might have. I know I wrote November Tango 5 Bravo down, but there's no telling what came out of my mouth, Tim.
That's it,
Okay, Tim, are you hearing anybody else? Tim, are you hearing anybody else down there so you can help Chuck out?
Yeah, I'll throw out a short call here. This is M5GCH. Is there anybody in McClendon, Coryell County, maybe Bell County? I might be able to hear Bell County. This is M5GCH helping North Central Texas Simplex net.
Kilo Victor 5, Delta Alpha November. Did I miss the check-in?
Okay, John, I believe they've got you in there. That's Kilo Juliet 5 Hotel Alpha X-Ray. Just for correction, if they didn't have it right, is there anybody else out there that can hear me that wants to check in? Gary, I don't know if Trey's hearing me, but that's it. HAX, just wanted to make sure they had him correct.
Yeah, he's in the log. And thanks, Tim, you're sounding good, and Chuck, you're sounding amazing too. I copied Kilo Victor 5 DAN also, Trey.
I just heard the tail end of him, so yeah, Kilo Victor 5 Delta Alpha November, I believe.
QSL, KV5 DAN.
And I believe that's Dan. Thank you for checking in with us, Dan. And I think the China Spring station, it was at KJ5HAX. I think I did have a copy on him. Pretty good, about an S6.
Yeah, I copied him too. Yeah, anyway, Tim, thanks a lot. And Chuck, thank you too. Both of you are sounding good here in Waxahachie tonight. K5WXY.
Speaking of Waxahachie, Gary, did we officially ever call on Ellis County?
No, not officially, but Stephen checked in and I checked in. I'm not sure if there's anybody else out there that normally checks in.
I think that covers Ellis County then. All right. Then let's see. I'm going to move on up here to, or did we get everything? I think we got everybody taken care of. KJ5HAE, November Tango 5 Bravo, and Kilo Juliet 5 Hotel Alpha X-Ray, and then Kilo Victor 5 Delta Alpha November. With that, let me call on Dallas County and see if we can get anybody over there.
November 1, Delta Victor Mike.
November 1, Delta Victor Mike. Got you in the log. Any other Dallas County stations?
This is KJ5 GNF. I've already checked in, but Trey, I just wanted to let you know you're coming in super loud and clear here in Terrell, however you got the antenna pointed, KJ5 GNF.
I'm actually on an Omni, but that's my good direction, so I don't think there's anything really down the hill to block me, so that, I'm glad it's working well. And same with you, you're coming in about an S6 here, perfectly readable, very clear into Southwest Fort Worth, so that's great. All right, I think, Wayne, that covers it for me. I'm going to turn it back over to you, and I'm going to let you wrap things up. KE5NGM, back to net.
Okay, appreciate it, Trey. Let's see, Gary down there, and I guess Chuck, yeah. Y'all did a great job. Appreciate you helping us out and bringing those stations in. All right, let's see. I guess the next thing we're going to do is we're going to reach up and try to travel around a little bit to the north side, and we'll see if we have any Wise County check-ins.
Kilo India 5 Lima Echo Tango.
Alpha India 5 Romeo Golf.
Whiskey Delta 5 Echo Echo India.
Okay, there's three good strong signals. Kilo India 5, Lima Echo Tango. I know who that is. And then we got Alpha India 5, Romeo Golf. Good evening, Lurch. Good to hear you this evening. And I got a Whiskey Delta 5 Echo Echo India. Anybody else in Wise County? Okay, well, I guess that's the end of my Wise County there, Top. So would you mind reaching out a little bit further to the north and maybe a little bit over to the east and see if maybe you could pick up some folks who may not be able to hear me?
Hey, I'd be glad to, Wayne. And that's the fourth Wise County station, by the way. You got Dooley earlier, so Wise County's rocking tonight. This is Kilo India 5, Lima Echo Tango, assisting net control for the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. looking for any other Wise County check-ins tonight. Please come now. Nothing heard from Wise. I'll go out west a little bit. How about Jack, Young, Throckmorton, Baylor, Archer, Clay, Wichita, Wilbarger counties? Anybody out west from Wise would like to check in? Please come now. Okay, nothing else heard. How about Wise, any other Wise County stations or Montague County stations or Oklahoma? Your turn. Come now. Okay, I picked up 2 stations there. Kilo India 5, Uniform X-Ray Foxtrot. That's Gary and Alvord. And November 5, November Bravo Kilo, Cook County station. Coming in real strong tonight. Any other stations to the north of Wise, Clay, Montague, Cook, any chance I could get Grayson or an Oklahoma station, please come now. Okay, nothing heard that way. I know there's a Grayson County station waiting. We'll probably have to relay him from Denton County. Let's go to Denton County. Looking for Denton County check-ins. Please come now.
Kilo 5, Delta Tango Hotel, David near Argyle.
Whiskey 5, Sierra Tango Charlie.
November 5, November Alpha.
Okay, let me hold it right there. I got 3 stations and then a whole bunch of others I'm going to have relays with. So we'll look on relays for those. But the 3 that I got rock solid were Kilo 5, Delta Tango Hotel, Whiskey 5, Sierra Tango Charlie, and Kilo 5, Bravo Yankee X-Ray. The rest I just got partial check-in. So probably at this time I should go ahead and pass it off to Steve. He'll be our relay from Denton County. Whiskey 5, Sierra Tango Charlie. Take it away.
Okay, this is W5 SDC Assistant Head Control for the North Central Texas 2-liter Simplex net. And we are looking right now for any other check-ins from Denton County coming out the call sign. November 5, November Alpha. Okay, hold it right there. I got November 5, November Alpha. I got Kilo 5, Foxtrot, Papa Julia. I got a K55, November 7. I believe that is Grayson County. Any other Denton County, Grayson County, Cook County,
Relay when you get a chance, Steve.
Okay, go ahead, relay.
Yeah, your North Lake station, the prefix is Kilo Golf 5 on the Foxtrot Papa Juliet, just to make sure you got that.
Okay, that's Kilo Golf 5, Foxtrot Papa Juliet. Thank you. Okay, one more time. Any other check-ins from Denton County,
Steve. Thanks for those three. Let me verify the first one. I heard Kilo 5, November Alpha. Not sure. See if you can get him to verify that. I heard him direct pretty well.
I copied. It was November 5.
All right, I got that one wrong. So November 5, November Alpha. Thanks for checking in. My fault there on the prefix. Kilo Golf 5, Foxtrot Papa Juliet, and Kilo India 5, Delta Quebec. That was James up in Sherman. I was looking for him. He's been on NetLogger. All right. Thanks for the help there, and I'll just make one last call. If anybody else want to check in, if you're getting a good signal from Wise County, please come now. Nothing else heard. Thanks, Wayne. KI5LET back to N5FPD.
Okay, thank you, fellers. Top, Steve, David, appreciate the relays and the help out there. So I'm going to make not the last call, but the last call before the last call. Any late check-ins to the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net.
Kilo Juliet 5, India. Kilo Juliet 5, India Zulu Sierra, late check-in from Johnson County.
Okay, I've got Kilo Juliet 5 and a Sierra. Give me the rest of it.
Kilo Juliet 5, India Zulu Sierra. India Zulu Sierra, late check-in from Johnson County.
Okay, very good. Kilo Juliet 5, India Zulu Sierra. Appreciate you being there. Looks like that Tiffany has got you in the log. So thanks, Tiffany, for that. Any other late check-ins to the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net? Okay, nothing heard, so at this time I am going to go to the next section. The next section is to get on the list, to make calls, to get a signal report, or maybe to do a direct call to up to 2 stations. If you'd like to get on the list, let's go for it, and I'll put you down, and we'll let you make those calls. Okay, Nick, you're loud and clear that time. You better do it while I can hear you. KI5TLG, it's all yours. Hey, could you hear Nick?
Were you talking to me, Wayne? I'm sorry.
Okay, y'all, Nick down there in Coleman County was trying to give you a call. He was complimenting your signal down there.
I'm glad to hear that. I heard him earlier just a bit. I heard him say that I was coming in down there, but I didn't catch him that time. I am sorry to report.
Okay, well, Nick was really strong, and then he was down in noise, and now he's back up there. Nick, did you want to make another call?
Well, now everybody's kind of faded down a little bit. I don't know if it'll do.
KJ5IZS recheck.
I've got you S5, West Whiskey, M5CCA.
He's in and out at the Weather Service in North Fort Worth, WD5M.
Well, that's a good deal. If at least you're getting out. Did you hear David over there at the Fort Worth Weather Center?
He's probably one of those that's right at my noise level.
Okay, well, you're getting out, and I'll tell you, Nick, the QSB is really rampant this evening. your solid copy S5, S7, and then down to nothing. So things are happening to the ionosphere out there. Anyway, anybody else that would like to make a call or get a signal report and want to get on the list, come now.
Kilo Juliet 5, Alpha Papa Sierra.
Okay, go ahead. Kilo Juliet 5, Alpha Papa Sierra.
Hey, I wanted to see if I could get a hold of Gary, Kilo 5, WXY in Waxahachie. I had about an S3 copy on him earlier, and that's the first time I've heard him. Kilo 5, Whiskey Yankee, Whiskey X-Ray Yankee. You have a copy on KJ5 APS?
Gary, they're hollering at you.
I'm not hearing anything.
Nothing heard. I'll give it back to you. Thank you, sir. KJ5 APS.
Okay, well your signal's pretty good at this time. Coming in a little bit of noise, but certainly perfect copy. And I guess Gary didn't hear you. So anybody else would like to make a call, get on the list, come now. Okay, nothing heard. So were there any relays that I might have missed?
Yeah. There was somebody trying to get in. Who was the station calling? Okay, Kilo India 5, was it Yankee Zulu India?
5 Zulu Yankee Juliet.
Okay, try the suffix again. I'm getting Kilo India 5 and Yankee. That's all I'm copying.
Relay.
Go ahead.
It's Kilo India 5 Zulu Yankee Juliet. KI5ZYJ. WD5M relay.
Okay, is he trying to check in or does he want to have the frequency?
KI5ZYI, are you just checking in or do you want to make a few calls?
ZYJ, just checking in, please. No trouble. Welcome to CW.
Roger, he's just checking in. WD5M.
The time is 10:13 p.m. Good evening.
All right, very good. Appreciate the relay, fellas. So that was Kilo India 5, Zulu Yankee Juliet. Checking in. And so I think I'm going to make another call. Last call for check-ins from the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. Time to check in. Nothing heard. Do I have any relays? All right, well, I've got this Mike KF5VSP. Do you want to give a call, last call, and maybe see if anybody else out there that is not copying me that would like to get a signal report?
Late check-ins, anyone, anywhere, late check-ins, last call for the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. Nothing heard, Wayne. I'm going to turn it back to you to put bookends on it. N5FPD, K5.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike. Just reaching out. We got 99, and I was looking for one more, so appreciate you giving her a try. I'm going to make one more last call. Any late check-ins before we close the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net? All right, well, with all of that, we appreciate everybody checking in this evening. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I appreciate all the participants that helped relay stations in. Of course, Tiffany, a special thanks to her doing the logging this evening, and we hope you have a great evening that's left and a very good weekend, and we'll look forward to catching you. Oh, and probably, let's see, next Saturday is the Irving Ham Fest. So if anybody's going to the Irving Ham Fest, hopefully we'll be there and be able to do an eyeball QSO. 73s, everybody, have a great evening. From November 5, Foxtrot, Papa Delta, Peaster, Texas, closing the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. Thanks again.
Kilo Juliet 5, India Zulu Sierra. Can I get a recheck, please?
Okay, I heard somebody wanting a recheck, but it was in and out. Try it one more time.
Kilo Juliet 5, India Zulu Sierra.
Okay, I've got a Zulu Sierra. Can anybody help me out with a relay?
Yeah, Kilo Juliet 5, India Zulu Sierra.
Zulu Sierra. Just wondering if I could get an update on station info. J-pole at 25 foot, running the Yaesu 991.
Roger, we got that off the AIM window, KI5NXR.
K5NXR, thank you very much. KJ5IZS.
Yeah, Wayne, he just wanted to update his station information.
Okay, fantastic. Appreciate it, Gary and Tiffany. And let's see, Tiffany, if you get a chance, you can update mine to, let's see, it looks like I'm running about 230, something like that. So you can change that for me. I'd appreciate it. Just keep it current. And again, thanks to everybody that checked in this evening. And without you all, it wouldn't be near as much fun. So come back next Friday. N5 FPD.
N5 TCH K5WXY, you still around, Tim? Yeah, who was calling me? I didn't hear anything. That's not familiar. Let me look it up on QRZ.
That's Kyle. His name is Kyle, and he's in Erath County. He's in Dublin, Texas.
Well, thank you for saving me the trouble of having to check, to pull up QRZ, Mike.
Yep, Gary, you're sounding as good as you have, and Tim, I can hear you now. To you as well. All right, I'm going to clear out, guys. Have a good evening, and keep blowing hot air into the atmosphere and cool things up. KF5VSP.
Hey, Mike, have a good one.
Mike, did you get that picture of that radio?
I did. I got it.
Gary John, I'm here.
Yeah, I was asking Mike if he got a picture of this radio I sent to him.
I did get the email. Roger.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of that Kenwood showing you that the display worked.
I got it. I saw it today.
All right, thanks. Sorry, Tim. K5WXY. Yeah, he would have been number 100. I don't know if NetLogger's, what's her name, Tiffany, if she's still around, or Wayne.
KI5NXR.
Yeah, did you get that check-in to make 100?
Repeat that one, please.
Welcome.
Yeah, Tim, what was the call?
5XDP. Time is 10:22 p.m. Good evening.
Tiffany, did you copy Tim?
I got the KC5 part. What was the suffix?
Tim, KC5 what? Did you get it, Tiffany?
No, they're only about S1 here. Did you get them?
It's KC5 Charlie Kilo Charlie.
Yeah, and the other one is KA5 Charlie Delta Uniform.
Alrighty, I copy Kilo Charlie 5, Charlie Kilo Charlie, and Kilo Alpha 5, Charlie Delta Uniform. QSL?
Yeah, that's correct. Tim down there in Lake Whitney reeled them in.
Roger, that'll put us at 101. Good job.
Good, because I always like to break 100. K5WXY Waxahachie. Tiffany, did you hear Tim? He's trying to call you from Lake Whitney.
Appreciate you helping us get over the 100 mark. And by the way, Gary, you're sounding pretty good this evening. N5 FPD.
Not a problem. Tiffany, did you hear Tim? He was calling you.
I heard him say my name, but like I said, he's about S1, so could you relay for me?
Yeah, Tim, did you copy that? You're about an S1 with Tiffany.
How to get rid of those red lines. It worked for me. There's a guy on...
Did you copy any of that, Tiffany? Because I don't know if I can remember everything he said.
No, sir. I'm sorry. I did not.
Read the message in the AIM box from Bob. He's talking about how to get rid of red lines.
Oh, okay. Roger that. KI5NXR.
All right, Tim. She copied. no problem. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I repeated what you said. She seemed to understand. Not a problem. You're sounding pretty good up here tonight. K5WXY Waxahachie with the noisy fan from the amplifier. I think you'd be correct, and I can copy your friend, Tim. Yeah, you're about a S4 on my new IC9700 that I'm real proud of, but I'm not real proud of the price. Yep, yeah, you gotta spend money to have a good station.
Pretty much. That or be a, a genius to build one.
I can't wait till Tim gets that G7 up. I want to hear it.
Well, it's going to be a little while here. I got work that needs to get done around the house here.
Well, just reach out to me if you need any help. I've got rope and climbing harness and anything else you'd need. Gin pole, the whole 9 yards. I used a shovel on both my towers. I got a rock bar.
I tried that, and I got about 2 feet in the ground, and I gave up. I got tired of that.
Well, the RON 25 has a 3 cubic foot hole, 3 foot deep, 3 foot square. The RON 45 has a 4 cubic foot, 4 foot deep, 4 foot square.
Yeah, I think that's about how tall the little section is that I have that goes in the ground. It's about 3 or 4 feet tall, and it's RON 25.
Yeah, it's a 3 footer, and the one for the RON 45 is a 5 footer.
So how do you do that? You just apparently got to stick up out of the ground. Is that what you do?
Yep, that's the idea. You don't want to bury the bolts in the concrete. The RON 25, before it was knocked down, it was that way. I had to take the stubs that were left out of the concrete when it got knocked down and grind them down with a grinder. And then I got one of those plates that I had drilled holes into the concrete and used concrete anchors and bolted this plate down that had the little stubs sticking up out of the top of it, and just restacked tower after my neighbor had a big piece of roofing material come over from 2 doors down. There's pictures of it on my QRZ page, and took out a guy wire and sheared one of the legs of the towers like it was a hot knife through butter, and over the RON 25 went.
Yeah, I've seen those pictures, and I guess the best way to do that, Gary, is go ahead and put the first section on there so you can stand it up and make sure that it's level and plumb.
Yeah, that's what you do. You get the bottom thing in the concrete and put 10 feet up, and that way you got your you can make sure that you're level and plumb.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So I've got it in my mind, how it needs to be done. And this guy that I'm talking about, he told me that it was a 36-inch bit that he could put on his skid steer and drill the hole for me.
Yeah, I used a shovel, but the truth of the matter is, on the first one, on the Ron 25, guy came over with a motorized post hole digger, and he dug 9 holes, 3 across and 3 down, looked like a checkerboard. And then I took a shovel and dug out the stuff in between. Yeah, I hear you. I got that white chalky stuff, and I mean, it just seems to come up out of the ground like grass growing. Yeah, it's no joke. They really do, and I got lucky on the towers. I didn't hit a lot of that stuff, but I do have that big digging bar, and it's got a point on one end and a chisel on the other end.
I bought one, but I don't know why, because I ain't using it no more. It like to kill me. And I was only out there.
I understand. I'm not getting any younger. When I put the first one up, I was like 55, and then I forget how old I was when I got the Ron 45's been a work in progress for years. After that guy's stuff knocked down the 25, I went ahead and put the 5-foot base section in and one 10-foot section and poured the concrete. And then it stayed like that with one 10-foot section coming out of the concrete for like 5 years before I finally went and bought the rest of the tower and stacked it up. So that stuff got a good cure, because it was sitting out there for, I want to say, at least 5 years before I finished the Ron 45. No, I only know this one guy named Steve, and he saw my tower, and he called up on Simplex one day and said, "Hey, that guy with that big tower, is he on frequency?" And so I met him. He's about a mile from me, but that's the only person I know out here.
Call Gary, see if he can pick me up. NT5B.
Tim, I didn't copy that, whoever that was. Hold on, I might have to put my headphones on for that one. Okay, hold on. I just now got some headphones on. Tim, are you copying him?
Yeah, that's Ronald over here in Valley Mills. Gary, your signal is even taking on me right now.
Wow, you dropped out too, Tim. I'm having a hard time copying you now. Who was the other station now that I got some headphones on? Okay, I got part of that call. A November something and a Bravo in there. Hey, Tim, you're even down in the dumps now. What was it?
Man, it's falling out here. I can't even hardly hear you.
Tim, we've lost the band. I can't even copy you. Yeah, I relayed him in earlier. I did copy you that time you came up. Yeah, I barely got you too, but I did copy the call. November Tango 5 Bravo. I relayed him in earlier. Okay, I copied the call, November Tango 5 Bravo, but that's about all. You were just barely breaking squelch. Did he say thank you, Tim? Yeah, you're down to about an S3 too. Yeah, you were about an S5, S6 earlier, and now you're just barely breaking squelch. The band is kind of squirrely tonight.
Okay, Gary. Well, no, it's still hearing me.
All right, Tim, I copied you that time. N5TCHK5WXY, Waxahachie.
KA5TBK.
KA5TBK?
Perfect. KA5TBK. Name here is Mark, Red Oak, Texas.
Mark, Red Oak, Texas. KA5TBK. It's Gary, Golf Alpha Romeo Yankee, 2 R's in Gary. K5WXY in Waxahachie. I'm actually about 5 miles north of Waxahachie. I'm in the county between Waxahachie and Red Oak.
Excellent, Gary. I heard you straining to hear a couple of other guys down there, and I can barely hear one of them. I think it was Tim. Long story short, you got
John,
a fantastic
I'm turning my power down because there's the guy on Waxahachie.
I ought to for what I've spent.
Okay, well, I'm going to clear off that end.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a 100-foot Ron 45 with a Hustler G6 on it. I'm running a 180-watt amplifier and a brand new ICOM IC9700 that we won't talk about what that cost and the desk mic that went with it.
Well, I'm running a 9700 with a Heil mic going into that, and so I feel your pain. I'm on the verge of a Ron 45. I was looking at 80 feet, but man, it sounds like you did it right.
Well, I'm in a hole. If you're familiar with where you might call it Butcher Road, I call it 813 or 387. Where 387 dead ends into 813, and you turn north like you're going to the Rocket Cafe. The manufactured home community that's down in the little valley, right as you make the turn from 387 to 813. I'm down there. I'm about 50 feet lower than that intersection, so I had to do something to get any kind of a signal out of here.
Yeah, kind of get your head above water. I ride motorcycles and bicycles out in that area, and I'll just keep an eye for the tower, and then I'll know where you are.
You can't miss it. There's also a 60-foot Ron 25.
On the same property?
Yeah, I got a little 3/4 of an acre here. It's like 135 feet wide and like 267 feet deep.
Well, it sounds like you did it up right. I've got a farm down here in Red Oak, so I've got 12 acres, and when I first moved out here, I thought to myself, I moved from a residential lot down in Lancaster, Texas, and I thought to myself, man, I can run any kind of long wire stuff I want to out here.
Yeah, let me kill the amplifier so I'm not bothering Tim. Okay, I'm running 8 watts. Can you still copy me?
Yeah, you're still 20 over.
Yeah, I'm trailer trash. This is a manufactured home community over here. All the lots are about 3/4 of an acre, but I came out here because there's no HOA, and I'm in the county, and I can do as I damn well please.
You nailed it. That's exactly what we're doing. We moved out here right at 30 years ago, and the idea was we're tired of being jammed up and having people complain about things that you do. And this way you can step off the back step and do what you darn well please and don't have to pull a permit to do anything.
Yeah, I wished I had 10 or 12 acres, but this is what I got for now. But it's paid for, so you know, maybe I'll win the lottery or something and I can move.
That's the beauty of it, Gary. You may never have to move. That's the good part about it. Well, I love my 9700. I've had more fun with it. I really thought I'd be doing more with it in CW and maybe some satellite stuff, but haven't gotten around to it. That's the beauty of ham radio. There's always that next thing to do.
Yeah, I've got Simplex programmed in here, and I've got the Hillsboro repeater. I've got a friend of mine that works up in the Metroplex Monday through Thursday, and then goes back down to Woodway, just south of Waco, on Thursday evenings, and we usually talk on his drive home. And so I haven't really done anything. I've got oh hell, what's this thing called? An Anytone tri-bander. There's a CX333 tri-band antenna on top of the RON 25. It's about, the base of it's about 65 feet above the ground, and I use that on the tri-bander. And then I used to have, before I got I just got the 9700. Before I had that, I've got a Yaesu FT-991A, the 80 watt 2 meter only. And then I also acquired from a Silent Key friend of mine an old ICOM 706 Mark II that has 2 meters on it that I was using because it had a real S meter instead of these stupid radios with bar graphs. That was another motivating factor to spend the money on the 9700 for the real S meter. I don't know whether you know or not, we just finished up the Simplex net. It runs every Friday night. We had 102 check-ins.
Oh man, I'll have to catch that. I like Simplex. I have fun with that. I've got I guess it's a Comet tri-bander up that does a 2 meter 450 and 1.2 gig.
Yeah, I mean mine's a Comet, but it's 2 meters 440 and 220, which is what, 23 centimeters or something.
Roger. Yeah, I've never had the chance to get into a 220. And this 9700 had that real high end in it, so I bought the antenna to go with it. I've made one contact on it. There's bound to be more going on up there. I just haven't found it.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I haven't done anything but Simplex and that repeater in Hillsboro. That's as far as I got on this thing. I read the book, tried to program it, couldn't make heads or tails out of that stupid book. Went online, looked at a video, and you know, in a couple of minutes I had this stuff programmed in. That book is just worthless, that manual that comes with it.
You got that right. YouTube makes it look a lot easier. I tell you, it's yeah, don't get too frustrated with it. If you need a hand with it, I can show you how to punch that stuff in, but and be glad to do it. But yeah, it gets a little overwhelming. I've got a 52A. To go with it, and it's the same thing.
I don't know,
stuff.
Maybe you had trouble.
For my birthday this year, I got a 705 to play with.
Might be.
Well, that's nice. You know, I've only been licensed, I don't know, about 12 years, but up until about 2 years ago, I couldn't even spell VHF or UHF. I was all into HF and working DXCC and all that stuff, and I had a friend of mine that asked me to go to a club meeting, and so I went, but I didn't stay a member of the club because most everybody in the club had handy-talkies on their belt, and that was their ham station, and I was the only one that had a tower, so I'm like, you know, VHF and UHF, it's okay, you know, but when I found the Simplex net, that's when I went hog wild crazy and put up that 100-foot Ron 45 and put that Hustler G6 up there and got this amplifier for 2 meters and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, I've been doing this Simplex net thing a couple, 3 years now. Maybe not 3, maybe only 2, but it's been over a year, and it's really the only thing that I'm interested in is Simplex on 2 meters. Like I say, I do talk to my friend through the repeater on his way home to Waco, but other than that, I'm on HF all the time.
Sound like we're kind of on the same page. Yeah, I got I just always kind of wanted a good talkie, and I do work the occasional, just volunteer for the occasion, like bike race and stuff like that. I think I had it at 25 watts. Nice one to have. I'm real curious about that Friday night net. Can you tell me a little more about it?
I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I and weather first started it about 3 years ago. I can't recall his name, Mike. The name of that business promoter, which I call BFE. But anyway, he started this thing, and he rotated head control, and then they used net logger, and basically with a net logger, I don't do any of it, but then I become the relay station program that radio.
Directionality or beam or something. Yeah, it'll really take off. Scale, John. Well, that's great. Well, what about time wise? And by the way, it's probably time. KA5 TBK.
Yeah, I can't tell much difference. We're close enough together that it doesn't matter.
It was K5WXY. Officially, the net starts at 8 o'clock, and it's a net controller, and they call county by county, but they're not going to jump on you if you call when it's not your turn. Usually the guys in Louisiana, when I hear him, I break in and say relay, and I relay him in, but it officially starts at 8, and usually it lasts till 9, but sometimes it lasts longer. Like I said, they go county by county, and then at the end they ask if anybody wants the frequency. A lot of guys want to see how far they can get out, so if they heard a station far away, they'll let us know the frequency, and then
told you, I know you were talking to some other guys, and I appreciate you coming back, and I look forward to checking in and looking in on this Friday night thing. So, once again, and it is 658, right?
Yeah, right here. We just finished when you came in. I was talking to N5TCH. He's down in Lake Whitney, and he relayed some people in.
I could hear a little bit of that.
Well, I kind of thought that because it's...
Yeah, well, you know, we've got a 99 and we're trying to get 100, and then I heard him and he relayed you guys in down there, so that put us at 101 check-ins tonight.
And especially mobile.
Yeah, I kind of wish I could get 400 before I'm up to 500. Because I would have liked that.
I can still hear those guys. That's why I turned the amp
they
off.
discontinued it a good while back now, you know, and you can't hardly get a new one, and everybody likes them, so you got to pay new price for a used one now.
Well, he told me and I forgot. KA5TBK, do you copy KJ5JFU?
Well, they're out there. It's just that people want too much money.
KJ5JFU. Yeah, let me turn the power up a little bit more and hit a preamp. Maybe I can hear him. I did hear him when he was talking to you, asking my name, and yeah, the name is Mark, M-A-R-K, Mark, and KA5TBK.
The one I put in my semi this morning.
Is
I
that
just put
the new
another
little
3 dB on it.
Yaesu dual band radio?
Did you copy him, Stephen?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's FTM150RASB. That is one digital radio. Although it's only analog, it doesn't do digital, but my gosh, that thing is one smooth operator.
Did you copy him, Mark? He's on his handy talkie with 5 watts standing in the backyard, freezing his you-know-what off.
I think they came
Roger, I got just a little bit. I heard him say, yes, sir, and we've got just a piece of it. But how you doing, Steve? Or not how you doing? Yes, how you doing, Stephen? Thank you for coming back to me, and I'll turn it back to you guys. KA5TBK.
It's a good radio for an old man with bad eyes. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and like I said, that's the big reason I chased after these 400.
You didn't tell me you were grilling. I would have put my clothes on and come over there.
You know, they got a good
and yeah,
color
Stephen,
to
I heard you say, yeah, doing good.
Exactly. That's wonderful.
Well, he's a work in progress. I'm going to have to help him out there. He's got some kind of antenna, not much higher than a house. We need to work on that.
That, man, another 10 feet makes all the difference in the world. Get clear of that house. And his signal came right up. He got almost to be full flighting there for a second.
I guess he needs to move around the yard or something, but I think he's using a Motorola radio, and, you know, I've got some radios here I can sell him. He just has to pony up the cash.
Well, more antenna always beats out more radio.
Yeah,
well, I agree. But, I don't think it's a bad antenna. It's just not high.
All right, gentlemen, Stephen, Jerry, I really appreciate the visit tonight, and look forward to talking to you guys again. KA5TBK, K5WXY.
Okay, Mark, I think you said that was your handle.
I've got one of those at my place. It does lean. I need to straighten it up. All right, man. Catch you later.
Well, there's no straightening this. It's been out of shape when it was knocked down. If you look at my QRZ page, there's pictures and stuff. Guy in 2 doors down from me had a bunch of picked up some big heavy roofing panels and threw it into my next door neighbor's yard where it put a trench about 2 or 3 feet deep in the ground, and then it tumbled into my yard, sheared a guy wire, and then, you know, it'll never happen again in 100 years. It tumbled again and sheared one of the legs on the tower like a knife going through hot butter. So, you know, I sat there at the back door and watched the thing, you know, fall over at about 2:15 in the morning.
That sounds like a bad night.
Yeah, it was, and then I thought the wind had taken it down. When the sun came up, there was this big old, about 15-foot wide by about 25-foot long panel, you know, that came off of a roof, and I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, Ronald, it's a little different from a waterfall. My 400.
If you look on my QRZ page, you'll see it.
And, you know, it'll just be a line on the bottom, and then you'll see little blips on top. It's not really like a waterfall that you'd see on an HF rig.
Yeah, Stephen, he's in Red Oak. He's a lucky man. He's got about 12 acres of land, so he's got plenty of room to put towers up. Yeah, I told him about the Simplex net. I guess he'll join us next week, and maybe he can be a relay station, because it sounds like he's got a really good signal, maybe better than mine. So I kind of thought you might slip by tonight, but you didn't.
That's exactly the way the one is on the 400 too. Will the 500 do that?
Yeah, tell the old man happy 7th birthday, yeah. You know the road to hell is paved with good intentions, don't you?
It's the same thing as 150, except it's more of a digital.
Okay, we'll get that old man a social security card, because he's getting most of the questions.
One on the 400, there's not much to it, you know. It's nothing like the waterfall on my
Okay, Gary, I want to overlook that.
300 HF.
Yeah, did you see that, man?
Nice photography. I like the sunset picture. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, well, you know. Anyway, I just got a 20-meter monobander up there. That's all I fool with. There's some wire for 17 and 40, I think. One of these days, I'm gonna put a big beam up on the Ron 45. But I've got one that's down at my friend's house in Waco. It's the old AT-36XA, 6-element. It's a monster. But it's the old original KLM version, and then M squared or M2, however you want to call them. I don't know whether they're M2 or M squared, but anyway, they bought them and then they re-engineered it, and so I bought the rebuild kits and that they had and rebuilt that one, but it's still sitting in Chuck's yard in Woodway. It's got to manage to get up here and get up on that tower, and that will be no small feat.
Like I said,
that tower work is the project.
All
right, that's kind of really getting off, but I couldn't resist when you said, Gary, let's have this QRZ. Anyway, y'all have a good night. KA5TB, take care.
Alright, KA5TBK. I monitor 580 most of the time, and then there's a repeater over in Greenville that's on the All-Star network. That repeater's on a 400-foot, 600-foot tower. It's about 400 foot up. So I hit that repeater quite nicely, and there's a lot of guys on All-Star I talk to as well. So I'm usually standing by. So I hope to see you next Friday night. It's a lot of fun. K5WXY, Waxahachie.
Is 11 p.m.
Well, the 500 is what is this? Mine says MH-48 microphone. The model of the microphone. Mine's right
should be about ready for retirement at that ripe old age of 7.
It's on the 150.
Yes, sir, right.
Well, mine's an older model, and that might be why it's different. Because it not only has the P1, 2, 3, and 4, it's got an A, B, C, D buttons, and I'm not even sure what's on them or what they do. Well, mine has got a lock button and a lamp button on the side. They're slide switches, and then other than that, it's just got up and down on top. Yeah, this one's got a slide switch on the side where you can lock it, and that's kind of a good feature when you're mobile, so, because I think you can still key the microphone, but none of the other buttons will work in case you hit them by mistake while you're using it.
The radio I had in my truck before I replaced it today had the stop and start time. And that's one reason I did like that radio. No matter what you do with the microphone, you had that thing, you had the keypad lock disabled, and you had it locked, and you couldn't bump it and accidentally change frequency, or key something up,
Yeah, and like I said, this one's got the little lamp button where you can turn the backlights on the numbers and stuff on the microphone if you want to, or you can turn them off.
Yeah, I like that option. The radio I had in the truck did that.
Well, I don't really think that would bother me because they're not bright enough to bother you when you're driving, and you know, that way I don't. If it does get dark and I'm trying to see it, I'm not fiddling looking for the light switch to turn it on.
Well, I haven't. Well, I say I haven't. I got to work about 6:30 this morning. So I ran a little bit in the, it was pretty dark. It was pretty dark. I started off with the back green on white. And after I got that first drop, I swapped it in. It was a lot better than
Oh yeah, you definitely don't want the radio blinding you. And does the 150, I'm assuming it has the removable head?
Yes, remove the head, and you can put the head wherever you want to, so long as you've got that cord, that runs from the head to the main body of the radio, towards the main body, in the back seat if you want to, so long as that cable you have to run it. I think kind of like a data cable. It's got the telephone plug-in button, I call it. I can't specifically call it. It's got this
Oh yeah, the little generic name is a modular plug.
Right. Yeah, she's got that modular plug, and it's, you just got to make sure it's long enough to where, it can connect from the head to the main radio. You can put that thing anywhere you want.
Talk about an RJ45 as well. Ethernets have an 8-pin, and I think they're called something else.
Right. Yeah. I want to say that 150 has, if I'm not mistaken, I pulled that head off when I first pulled the radio out of the box and looked at it. I think that's a 4-pin.
off, and the lock button keeps it from changing the settings on the radio.
Well, does yours have the P1, P2, P3, and P4 buttons?
Roger that. It's a dual tone multi-frequency microphone. Came with this FT-991A. And the only thing this particular radio is lacking, it doesn't have a fan. It's got nice, cool fins, but I think it gets warm. I got it from Ron, AJ5RT at the Delta Simplex.
Yeah, I used to have two of those. That's what I used to run mobile in my truck years ago, because it was the first radio that they came out that was more than 50 watts. And, well, Ronald, does the P4 button on yours, does it change the power level?
I don't know. Let me turn off the lock button and see. Hold on.
W.
No, the P4 goes to the Nova weather station.
Well, that's what John said his did, too.
People on mine change to Simplex now.
I would know how far to hold this mic away from talking into it. I think this is one of the mics that they say that you're supposed to lap the mic and need to hold it like within 1 or 2 inches of your voice.
Well, I turned my Yaesu radio on. The P1 button opens up the squelch. The P2 button takes it to the home channel. The P3 button, that toggles whether it's digital or analog. And then the P4 button changes the power level.
This radio digital?
Yeah, the 400 that I've got, it's digital also.
That's what John, I thought has decided that his 70 centimeter repeater will be digital now.
Oh yeah, it always has been. In the past, he had it where you could actually use it both ways, but now he's just dedicating it to, basically it's on the Texas Nexus all the time.
Well, I used to hit it analog. I never heard anybody on it, but I can't hit it now that it's gone digital.
Oh yeah, it used to, like I said, Ronald, he had it set to where if you came in analog, it worked analog, and if you came in digital, it worked digital, but now he's just got it strictly set for digital, and the 147.18, you can use analog.
Now, Steve has it set up where he receives a net, I think they call it the what makes you smile net, something, it's a 9 area call sign, I think it's up in Ohio, but it's all internet driven, and I can't tell if he's using D-Star, All-Star, or Fusion, or is there another one I missed? I mean, those are all proprietary digital, it's not a software choice, it's built into, it's engineered into the radio.
Well, he mainly uses that All-Star is what they have the repeaters on, but he also uses DMR. And Steve's got the equipment to where he can, I don't know what he does, but he can actually monitor more than one type of digital signal from his computer or from his radio through an interface that he has to his computer.
Well, that net up there in Ohio was saying that he had what they called the Vulture server. It had to do with the internet connection.
Oh yeah, like I said, through his computer he can get to almost any type of digital and then tie it into his radio or tie it into a repeater. It just takes an internet connection and some kind of interface. But all that stuff's way above my pay grade.
Well, had you ever heard of the Vulture server before, Tim?
I haven't heard of it, but it's probably a server on one of the digital services. I just don't know which one.
Yeah, roger that. I had never heard of it until I looked into their net. It's kind of an interesting net because their question is, what made you smile today? And when it's a direct net, so you only are, when you're called on to give your reply, what made you smile today? And it got kind of corny, I thought.
Yeah, well, anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. I hear my chair in there calling me, and I'm going to turn into a pumpkin here pretty soon. So, enjoyed it, guys. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll talk to you later. N5TCH.
All right, Tim. Yeah, I'm back out of it too. Y'all have your good evening. I'll see y'all next time we're on the radio in the morning. KC5CK.
All righty, I'm going to check out of here too. NC5B. Great, thanks, John. Talk to you later. NC5B over and out.
WC5TX, repeater 32 degrees.
Good evening.
C5WC Mobile, Hood County.
Welcome to the WZ5TX repeater.
The time is 11:28 p.m. Good evening.